All right, we take a break from the techie, and also awaiting the arrival of Ed McDaniel, former Minnesota Vikings linebacker. Eddie was here, then Eddie was gone, and that's pretty much how it worked out for offensive linemen and or quarterbacks trying to contain him. Back when he played from 92 to 2001, specifically 99, when he had 7 sacks, he was part of that 98 team. Eddie Mack, playing middle linebacker, I believe, at that stage of his career, but he played outside. He played Will, Sam, and Mike, as they go with football vernacular. But poof, now all of a sudden, can't find Eddie McDaniel. The techies back in that hunting and fishing.
Yeah.
That, how about them Queens? That hunting and fishing section here at Shields.
He's in the bait shop.
Yeah, he's in the bait shop. What do you think he's doing?
He's finding leeches.
Yeah, no doubt.
Maggots, grubs.
Yep, for sure.
Night crawlers.
Tots like those. Tots, but seriously speaking, with hunting and or fishing, it's when I don't know why I was reading. I was looking for a gift for my son Derek, who isn't into hunting or fishing, but nevertheless there's a gift related to it that I want to give him. And then I tripped across a story I read for maybe 3 minutes about hunting and fishing with kids and tots and teens.
Yeah. Just
dramatically on the decline over like the last 10 to 15 years. And I'm like, okay. I mean, it's I didn't realize that was a thing. I mean, like, when you read something, what is not on the decline that people enjoyed in the 80s, 90s, or 70s or whatever? I mean, it's like, golfing, getting kids out to golf courses. That's on the decline. And football's on the decline because of concussions and something. It's like, you get somebody into something that they thoroughly enjoy, but then specifically during the age of rage, 15 things come at you. People who live with fear over faith, they'll get scared and they'll pull Billy or Johnny right out of it.
Yeah, I don't know what would lead it down that road. I know that I'm thinking if I'm out there hunting, like ammunition prices over the last couple of years have absolutely skyrocketed.
That's a hell of a deep dive.
There's a lot more Gleemans, and we love Gleeman, but Gleeman ain't going outside. This might be the longest distance he's driven in the last 2-3 years. So
excellent point.
So kids aren't going outside. It's not, hey, go ride your bike, go get into some mischief. We got Church talking about lighting his driveway on fire. I mean, you got all kinds of police agencies in somebody's suburban neighborhood if you see some kid with lighter fluid these days. So, dad taking son out, dressing or undressing your first deer again. I'm the outlier. Like I know some of that kind of stuff, but I'm the only buddy out of my group of friends that never really got into hunting. So, but it was just like that, man. Dad's taking their kids out. They're sitting in a duck boat. They're creating blinds. They're going and putting decoys out there. They're excited to get their first duck and pheasant hunting and all of that. So I have a ton of respect for it and appreciate it because some of my best buddies love it. And it's awesome. But I know nothing about it, and I picture there are a lot more kids these days that grew up the way I did, being babysat by MTV and, shoved in front of a Super Nintendo. And so you had to, people don't try as hard maybe to find their own fun and don't get outdoors enough. It's disappointing, really.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, one of the great game-changing linebackers in the history of Minnesota Vikings football, somebody on Sunday nights on Rosen Sports Sunday used to steal the show too.
Yes.
With his verbal ways and his God-gifted wit.
Oh man, I heard someone called me and told me to come over here and cheer y'all up a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a round of applause for Eddie Mack, Ed McDaniel. What's going on, Eddie Mack?
Man, nothing much. I heard you was over
Cheer us up.
I heard you was over here talking about concussions. You know the bright part about that?
What?
I listen to a lot of former football players and a lot of people talking about they don't want their kids to play football.
Yeah.
I said, well, my kid ain't better than me. If I can play it, they can play it.
Right.
And that's one less kid my kid have to compete against trying to make this millions of dollars.
Amen. And what I was getting at here is that it's like I read about so many things, man, and like I don't hunt and I don't fish, okay? Now, growing up in Washington, D.C., where RFK used to be, growing up in the inner city, there were fishing opportunities, but I was taught to siphon gas out of station wagons.
I know how to do that
in the late 70s, more so than I was taught how to hold like some kind of shotgun and go out hunting. So to each their own. But everything's on the decline, man. It's like football's on the decline, concussions, hunting and fishing with kids on the decline, and so on.
I do a lot of fishing in my favorite lakes around here. I love them to death. You know, I got Laker barley, Laker cub food, Laker high feed. Man, I'm telling you, guaranteed to get fish.
Really?
They got fish every day.
What are the names?
Laker cub food, Laker high feed.
There we go. I was going to say, you ain't giving up honey.
Laker whole
right?
foods. Hey,
Yeah.
they guaranteed to have fish there.
Yeah. Well, I know, and
Already clean.
and for kids with Toys for Tots, it's either Pondo Shields or Lako Shields.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, you played the National Football League a long time, and it's really, really gracious that you're going to get so deeply into your pension and your savings, and just go throughout Shields and just make it a party for everybody,
Oh,
right?
yes. Oh man, back in debt.
Mm-hmm. So
you come in here for one thing, maybe two. You
Yeah.
leave out of here by like $200 to $300 in the hole, and then you don't wear it until next year.
But see, what I was, truly what I was getting at, and I mean this, is the community and Community Tuesdays. You were always doing something. It's just helping others, and those Community Tuesdays, like Toys for Tots, Eddie Mack, always was very important to you. Why?
One of the things, Brad Masson and Tom West, they called me. Next thing you know, I fly up here from South Carolina. I'm like, okay, this is a good thing. I remember as a young kid, one of the best holidays besides Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving you just eat, nobody asks for anything. So was Christmas.
Yeah.
And you get up every day to look at the tree and see what's underneath that tree is yours.
Yeah.
And to open that gift that you finally got, and it took me so long to get something that I finally wanted.
Yeah.
And that was a BB gun, so that's why I went hunting that.
Did you get up the night before and gently undo the tape so it didn't rip or anything, and take a peek?
My job was to water the tree, so I basically peeped every day, so they hid everything from me.
What kind of things did you look forward to? You mentioned the BB gun the one year. What kind of toys when you were young Ed McDaniel you were trying to get?
Honestly, with me, I was practical about a lot of things because we couldn't afford a lot of things. So I just asked for, pants and stuff like that. Gave me the BB gun. Actually, I believe that was my brother. They repackaged it and gave it to me because he got too old. He got a 410.
Yeah.
So
damn.
I was just practical about everything I want because I knew the situation that we grew up in. You can't ask for a lot of things. You can want, but you're not going to get them.
And
I'm still yet looking for a pair of jeans my aunt said she was going to give me when I was 9 years old.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Like Guess or Jordache or whatever?
And then my grandmother was going to give me some patches, tough skin patches to patch the holes. Nowadays, hell, those jeans were being popular.
How about that? I mean, you got ripped jeans or the ones with patches on it.
Yeah.
That, like me in Washington, D.C., you in South Carolina, that's all we had.
That's it.
And if we had saved them, they probably would be like $500 to $750 each.
And then if you look at them, they're like, oh, that's my cousin jeans. Wow. My brother had those on.
Yeah. Hey, how closely do you watch and or follow the Vikings? Pretty closely, right?
Pretty closely.
Eric Kendricks. When you watch EK, and I ain't taking a shot at you or anything, but I mean
he's one of the best.
But you see, you weren't.
Yes.
You're not super tall, and EK is not super tall.
So what you trying to say?
I'm saying horizontally and or vertically.
I'm pretty much every bit of 6'1" and a half.
6'1" and a ton of fun, and you dress to a T.
I'm telling you.
But see, you and EK kind of play. He plays like
no, he's much better than me.
Okay.
I got to give it to him. The guy can catch. The guy can run. The guy, he does it all.
You couldn't catch?
Oh, no, that wasn't my job. Why we got DBs? What's their job? My job is to tackle the running back.
Right. Well, any part of that is
I would tell John Randall, and he'll look at me. He'll do a signal like this, mean jet. He's going to the quarterback. I look at him, leave the running back alone. You get paid to get sack the quarterback. I get paid to make tackles.
Yeah.
But when you're watching the game now, in some ways, it feels like there's more expected out of an Eric Kendricks or different types of duties or aspects of what they're doing now versus when you played. Do you see any of the difference or the evolution of the game?
Not really. The only difference, they have more. See, we didn't do a lot of individual training, what the kids are doing now. So you can see the quickness and the stuff like that, the feet work and all that stuff is more advanced than what we did. Working out with us, okay, go out there and run some hundreds. Hey, I'm good. Let's go play.
Okay.
Like with me before a game, I'll be like this. They say, you going to warm up? For what?
Yeah.
I don't need all that.
What got into you in '99 when you had 7 sacks? You had like 19 and a half in your career, man.
I remember half of them wasn't a play call. I remember one year playing with Jack Del Rio. Jack Del Rio, he's like, it was cover 3, and it was definitely a pass. And I really didn't know where to go because it was like my first year. I'm like, okay, big hole open. I blitz, and sacked the quarterback. And Jack like, oh, that wasn't it because I know he's dropping over here to the 3rd to curl the flat.
Yeah.
And he said, what are you doing? I said, man, I forgot what to do. I just blitzed. Hey, got a sack. I said, yes.
Right.
But I was just, that year just out there having fun.
Yep.
That was just out there having fun.
Well, that was a crazy year,
opportunities. A lot of people thought I was blitzing, but the scheme of the defense, I just had fast reaction.
Do you happen to remember that Sunday in the Silver Dome? For whatever the reason, the 98 MVP, Randall Cunningham, it just wasn't working. It just wasn't clicking. So then at halftime at Silverdome, the slappy, the gunslinger, here comes Jeff George with that $1 million arm trying to save the season, man. He got you to the playoffs.
Hey, one thing about Jeff George, the coach would be like this. Now, look here, Jeff. If it's not open, 1, 2, check down. Jeff like this. What? Check down?
Yeah, right.
Oh, no. He like Brett Favre. Brett done threw 5 interceptions. Brett come back. Oh, I got one more in me. I'm gunslinger. That's what they call me.
Yeah.
That's what Jeff George was. Jeff George, like Coach, will frustrate Coach Green every day because Jeff George like this. Oh, he's open.
Yeah.
He's going for it. Hey, Jeff, we just need 3 yards,
Yeah.
No. We got to score. He's going for the dagger.
Was Pete Bursich, was he a good linebacker or just a good special teams guy?
Pete was great at linebacker and special team. Pete made my game day because I'm like this. I'm tired. I could go to the sideline. Pete, get in. Pete is not gonna make any mistakes.
Yeah.
Pete gonna do everything right. Pete, and you're not gonna beat Pete. Pete may bring you down on the 1 yard line, but you didn't beat him.
Right.
No touchdown. He gonna let you get up and get up for another day. And Pete I had so much confidence in Pete, and he made my day because when I first got there, I was coming off the sideline. Something said, hey, Ed, go to the sideline. I was coming to the sideline. Something was wrong. And something told me, a little birdie hit me on the shoulder, said, hey, look back to the huddle. I look back to the huddle. I'm like 3 yards from the sideline. I see Jack Del Rio looking at me. Get here. Get back out here. And I'm like this, sideline, huddle. Go back to the huddle. I'm like, Lord, please let they run the ball the other way. Please let they run the ball the other way. And we get to the sideline. We stop and we get to the sideline. Jack, they said, what you doing? I said, man, I'm hurting. Jack said, look here, baby. Ain't nobody behind you. Yeah. There's nobody behind you. You got to go. Whoa. But when Pete got there, Pete took a lot of that pressure from him.
Yeah.
And I love it. And Pete knew something about everybody's position. Mm-hmm. And that would make a lot of great some of the best athletes, some of the best minded guys is the backup guys. Honestly.
Is Eddie McDaniel, one of the great defensive players in the history of the Minnesota Vikings. Shields, Eden Prairie Center, Toys for Tots. Come out and say hello. Let's wrap it up with Eddie Mack.
Tom!
Wes, how you doing, baby? Time for 2 more. Hey. Oh, wait, that's the other guy.
Well, we need to go get us some snowmobile stuff. Oh, Lord. Now, this is Minnesota. What happened to all this global warming stuff?
Well, you fished in South Carolina, right?
Oh, yeah.
Did you hunt?
Oh, yeah.
No, you didn't start hunting until A, Brett Favre got in the league, and B.
We didn't call it hunting back then. We went and shot some bird. We just shot some stuff. Up here, I went hunting. Trust me, this is me hunting.
Yeah.
Go to Shields.
Yeah.
Buy my stuff the night before.
Hell yeah.
Open it once I get to the field.
Yeah.
We're hunting. With a guy with the television, me and Terry Allen. We got a guy, got a dog. Pheasant hunting. I'm here, 2 feet away from me, Terry, the dog, the guy from the television, and we're there. We got like 4 guns, and the dog pointing at this bird in the ground. We had to kick the grass, the cornfield, so the bird get up and fly. I looked at them. I said, "This is not hunting.
That's not hunting.
That's not hunting. This is murder."
No, that's stocking a lake, man. Yeah. And claiming your basil bacon.
Oh God! So my idea. That's my idea of hunting.
Yeah. Our idea of hunting is getting a 16, looking at a king, and going, Yeah, come on with this 3 for the 19.
Hit it,
Yeah,
hit it.
We're hunting for this.
Give me
2,
that 5.
3, 4, 5. Go with that thing. That's our idea.
What's going on at the racetrack? How was that?
Exactly that.
There you go.
Card Casino open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. What you got?
You came into the league in 92, and Tony Dungy, his first defensive coordinating job in 92. What was Tony like?
Got here with Coach Green and Coach Dungy. Oh, y'all know this. You go to the stadium. Next thing you know, you see all Green Bay Packer jersey. You see all Chicago Bears jersey. Then you're watching television, and all the highlights was us getting beat. Somebody dragging us. I thought they had a film about the Vikings because they usually make film about the worst team. So
Dorsey Levens used to drag you?
no, not me.
I didn't think so.
No, I'm gonna get to you before you get to me. But once Tony got here, I believe Coach Green and them got. I believe it was like 8-8 or 9-7 like that. And then the following year we were number 1 defense. The next year we were like the number 2 defense. So all those dynamics change. You start seeing less and less commercial about us getting beat on certain plays, and the next thing you know, you start seeing people believing. And we had one losing season in 10 years.
Oh yeah, it was a hell of a squad, man.
Oh yeah,
you were a hell of a player. I appreciate you.
I tried to be. I did my job, just like Jerry Clyde. Just hold on to you to the end, baby.
Eddie Mack
will not score.
Eddie Mack, ladies and gentlemen.
Hell yeah.
Can we get witnesses and a raucous ovation? One of my favorites.